Hello and welcome to another episode of ulez, they-less, we all less, you less. As you can see, I've got Angela Rayner with me again.
Hiya.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Yeah, it's Pride Month again.
Yeah.
It's festival of tolerance, love, bringing people together.
Yeah.
You know, so happy Pride, and my sympathies for the diverse communities in London who will be having a very difficult time this month.
We respect you also, and we understand completely, and, you know, it's absolutely fine.
That's it. Okay.
We're all different at the end of the day.
That's it.
That's what diversity is all about, being different and having different ideas.
Yep, so we understand you will be struggling. You have my thoughts and prayers. But happy Pride Month to everyone else. We've got our lanyards. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
And sympathies.
Yeah.
As you can hear, I'm a little bit bunged up. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, you do sound a bit rough. What's going on with that?
I've got a cold in my nose.
Don't infect me. I'm out and about at the moment. I've got to go to Wales in a minute. So
I've got it all going on. My nose is blocked, ears are blocked, I'm constipated, everything's just blocked.
Okay.
And there's only one person I'm blaming for this.
Who's that?
Robert Jenrick. Mr. Ozempic, as I like to call him. I don't know if you saw his vigilante Batman
Shots
video.
fired.
I don't know if you saw his video at Stratford train station.
The stunt, you mean? The stunt where he decided to humiliate people and harass people who were either unable or unwilling to pay their train fares for whatever reason. None of his business, really. Should have minded his own business, because he's in London at the end of the day. I learnt very quickly to mind me own business.
Yeah, no, he was running up behind him and just collaring him like it's his job and saying, have you bought a ticket? Where's your ticket? Let me see your ticket. You're not a ticket inspector.
Yeah, didn't do that in Westminster though, did he? Because he'd probably just turn a blind eye if any of his mates were trying to jump the gate.
That's it. Instead, he went to East London, to Stratford, one of the most diverse train stations. It's full of diverse people.
Yeah, being diverse.
You know, like you said, the unable or unwilling. You know, the poorly educated people there, and he started harassing them.
Yeah.
So to counteract him, I went to various train stations around London this week, and I was giving people a bunk up over the barriers.
Wow.
So anyone who looked like they were unwilling or unable to work, I would just give them a little bunk over the barrier so they wouldn't have to pay.
Very heroic, and for your heroism, you've...
Well, as you know, when you're around with the people, I picked up one of their bugs, so that's why I sound like this, and that's why I'm in my dressing gown.
Yeah, I can't even see your Swifty t-shirt under there.
It's definitely there. I never take it off. You know, I should wash it at some point.
You should, yeah. You've been an absolute trooper, but you know, you are not the only person that put Mr. Ozempic in his place, because Susanna Reid did the same thing. She absolutely annihilated him for it, and rightly so. So it's nice to see someone in the media is actually on our side for once.
Yeah, can we give Susanna Reid?
Well done, Susanna Reid. We love you very much.
Yeah,
well
and
done.
the whole team at Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
well
except
done.
Richard Madeley, who I don't like.
Yeah.
And the other thing I've done is anyone who now travels into central London, I've increased the congestion charge from £15 to £18.
Yeah.
They pay that £18 and they can breathe fresh air.
If you can afford to drive a car, you can afford the extra couple of quid to make the environment cleaner, because all of that money goes back into making London more efficient and a cleaner environment. So, you know, that's the dues you've got to pay if you're going to insist on driving your cars.
Yep.
So there you go.
We did a scientific experiment where one person paid £18 and the other person didn't. The one who was paid £18, he was breathing freely, and he was just...
And his conscience was clear.
Yeah. So, and if you don't pay, I don't really care. Just go away, cough your lungs out, whatever. You know, you're part of the problem.
Yeah, part of the problem. Exactly that.
Talking about problem, the far right adjacent media went after Rachel today. I don't know if you saw.
Well, you know, she's gone to do a very, very important hour-long speech today. That's why she wasn't in PMQs. And it was because, you know, she stood for an hour. The press decided, instead of applauding her and praising the hour-long speech that she did.
It was absolutely riveting.
It was so interesting. I mean, she's so engaging as our Rachel. And we made sure, in true Us Labour's style, that there was a bunch of hard-working people standing behind her. That's something that we do very, very well. And somebody who was stood behind her was overwhelmed, overcome, because he's a massive fan of our Rachel. He was excited, he was giddy, and because he was giddy, he exhausted himself and he started to look a bit glum, a bit tired, and they decided to suggest that it was because he didn't like him and that he was bored or that he was against Us Labours, and it couldn't be further from the truth. But this is what the far-right adjacent media do. They lie, they exaggerate, and they try and make Us Labours look bad when we're doing good things. So, it's just typical.
Yep, they completely ignored all the good stuff in the speech and just focused in on him.
On his face, the poor lad!
He was just a little bit starstruck standing next to Rachel. That's all it was.
That happens with Us Labour's women.
And also the far-right adjacent press made up loads of lies about your Scottish backdoor action you had last week.
Well, I had to leave through a few back doors because there was some demonstrations going on out the front. I was doing the right thing because people are allowed to do whatever they do. And I didn't want to draw attention away from their good causes that they were speaking about. Had nothing to do with me. But the press decided to suggest that they were protesting me. They were not protesting me. They were happy to see me, but I didn't want to take the attention away from them. So I said, right, I'm just gonna slip out the back door. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And I did, but no, the press had to make a big deal of it. I couldn't understand what they were saying anyway. So what difference would it make if they were slagging me off or if they weren't slagging me off? I don't think they were slagging me off, but even if they were slagging me off, it doesn't make any difference. I was there for Us Labour Scotland. We did a fantastic job. I had a few beddies with me mate afterwards, so it's really not a big problem, is it? But you've got to make everything a big deal, haven't you?
That's it. I mean, they all sound like, Rabsy Nesbitt. I can't understand what they're saying. How do you know that they weren't saying positive things to you?
I think they're very nice people.
And if you can, please vote for Us Labour.
Vote for Us Labour Scotland.
In the Scottish...
we will deliver. We will defo deliver.
Yes, Labour loves Scotland.
Labour loves Scotland. We love Scotland. Scotland is fantastic.
Yeah, Scotland's the best.
Scotland.
Not as good as London.
Yeah. But also very good.
Also very good.
Yeah.
That's it. And, look, I'm going to have to draw a close to this.
I've got to get to Wales.
You've got to shoot off to Wales. Yeah. I've got to go blow my nose. So thanks for coming along today. And
no worries, do not infect me with anything. Put a barrier up.
All right. I'll see you next time on another episode of I Les, They Les, We All Les for You Les. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.